what's up? Tyler here, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about how to take your goal that you want to achieve, change your thoughts so that you can attain it faster. Cool? All right, let's dive in. So let me just tell a little story here to give you an example of how powerful this process works. When I was first getting into personal development, I remember going to a training and this guy was really into motivation and it was exciting. Like, it was the first time that I felt like I was coming alive. And as I started to do a lot of his trainings, I got excited and I was like, yeah, maybe I do have a mission. Maybe I can do something in my life more than just doing massages and getting paid barely like $15 or $30 an hour. And yet there was a time I also thought at that time that I didn't have any negative thoughts. I really thought that I was a very positive person. I didn't have negative thoughts. I had read some books on positive mental attitude, and I'm like, yeah, I've got a positive mental attitude. I'm positive. And then the guy said, okay, cool. Well, if you really want to change, set a goal that will push you and become that person so that your way of thinking and acting and being is equivalent to that goal, and you'll attain the goal. And he also said that if you do set a goal that will push you, like, all hell will break loose. I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm a positive person. I can do anything. So back then, the most money I made up to that point was like less than $13,000 in a year. And I was like, well, I would love to make $10,000 a month. Everybody's wanting that goal. So I thought, why not? Sounds cool. I would love to make $10K in a month. That's taking me almost a year to accumulate, so $10K in a month sounds amazing. So I set this goal to make $10,000 in a month, right? So I wrote out my goal, and I did some visioning boards and all that, and I made $10K a month. That was my focus. And as I thought about how I was thinking and being and doing, I realized that I was way off already. Like, there was no way with my systems of selling my services so cheap, if I actually was making $10K a month, I'd be so busy, it would be miserable. So I thought, I started to have all this opposition. Like, as soon as I set the goal, I had all these negative thoughts. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I've never done it before. Who am I to think that I can do this? It's not possible. You've tried and failed. No one will talk to you. You look like you're 12. All this stuff, right? You're from a little town. No one will take you serious. Blah, blah, blah. You're too young. You have a gap in your teeth. Like, all the doubts, all the things that I'd ever heard in my life started to come up. And I had all this negativity all of a sudden out of the blue because I set a goal. I set a goal higher than I ever thought possible. What happened is I started to track. Now, first step, set a goal. Big goal. Set a big, like, who is it? Darren Hardy or somebody says, big, hairy, audacious goal. You're BHAG, right? So you set your big goal, whatever that is for you. Back then, this was it, right? So then I set this big goal. It was like $10K in a month. And then what happened is track all the crap that comes up. There's a really good book, I believe. Maybe you've read it, but Outwitting the Devil, right? So what the key there is, a lot of them he talks about is the number one thing that they don't want to have happen is to not be caught. So your goal is to catch all this crap that comes up. So I'm not good enough. So all the doubts that come to your mind, just write it out. Grab a little notebook, put it in your phone, a folder, and write down specifically what negative stuff comes up. So maybe it's I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I've tried, I'm too young, all of it. As you're going through the day, anytime a thought pops up that's not serving you, jot it down and just tally it. Like, one time, I think I did this, I had literally 20, 30 things on one phrase, just in like a day. As I tracked this, I did this for at least 10 days, 7 to 10 days, okay? So I think I did it for like a week and a half. And as I watched my thinking, it was crazy. I realized about 70-80% of the day, I was actually having a lot of negative thoughts. So no wonder I wasn't going anywhere. Most of the time I was stuck in the past, in negative land, thinking about all the negative things that people said and people did, and my past was projecting my future. So then when I went out, I wasn't leading by faith, I was leading out of fear. I was leading out of all the crap that was in my head. So I had to first track it, first get it out so that it can be controlled. Thoughts are fast, they go so quick, but as soon as you put it down, now it's manageable. Now you can do something about it. So write down all your things. First step, get your goal. Second step, map out all the negative opposition for 7 to 10 days. Okay, if you actually commit to do this, you're going to have a huge transformation. Otherwise, this is just good content and you'll have something that you can do when you're ready to change, right? But if you're really ready to make a change, jot down your big goal, map out all the negative stuff that comes to your head every day. Track it. And even if it's a distraction, for example, one of mine that popped up like probably I think it's almost 8 to 10 times a day, was about hungry. I was hungry and I just kept thinking and so feelings are turned into thoughts as well. Behind every feeling is a thought. So if you feel tired, the thought is, I'm tired. You might not think that, but every feeling has a thought. So then I was like, man, I'm hungry all the time. And I kept writing down, like, I just want to go eat something. And I was using food as an avoidance from the things that I needed to confront. So if you have a feeling, remember, there is a thought behind that feeling. What is it? Jot it down, tally it up. This will give you, after you do this several days, you'll find that, okay, number one, these are really stupid. They don't have to control you. Number two, you can do something about it. It's your choice. You don't have to let this dictate your life, right? So the third thing, if you really want to change this, is you can either, just by observing, it'll start to change. Like as I observe this, my limiting beliefs, all the thoughts that came up, it was about 70, 80, maybe a little bit over, man, I have to look back. It was almost 85% of the day I was in negative thinking. After a week of tracking, it went down to like 50%. So it helped just tracking it. It dropped my negative thinking because I was now conscious of it. Once you're conscious of it, then you can even do something else to change it, which I suggest doing the alignment technique, the abundance alignment technique. And how that works, if you're just doing it on this, you can do the intuitive version, which basically you state the phrases, tap where you feel the resistance. So let's say it's thinking about your goal. Regarding this goal, I'm not good enough. Feel where you feel it, tap it, and then you do just this basic version of the alignment. In through the nose, out to the mouth. In through the nose, out to the mouth. In through the nose, out to the mouth. You do that 3 times, and you pant like a dog. 3 times, and then you smile. That's the basic version. So you could literally just state each negative thing out loud, tap where you feel the resistance, and then do that alignment. That'll help shift it on a cellular level, and that'll be a good start, okay? So if you do that, your thinking will drop down to like 20 to 10% or less, and you'll be able to control your thoughts in a way that serves you instead of enslaves you. Cool? If you do want to learn more about the technique itself, the abundance alignment, and go through a 10-day transformation, I highly suggest joining the 10-day challenge. The link is down below. You can check it out in the description. I think you hit the drop-down arrow and it pops up, and it's awesome. We've had testimonies of people who have worked on themselves for over 20, 30 years learning how to just do this alignment technique. Even if they've done EFT and tapping and codes and all sorts of stuff, they get results because you're actually getting to the fight-flight responses that are locking these in place. So if you want to learn more, check it out. I'll hope to see you on the challenge. If you've already done that, then apply this. Okay? So first step, set a goal. Second step, map out all the negative junk. Map it for 7 to 10 days. Third step, voice out all the negative stuff. Tap where you feel it, and then align. Cool? All right, let me know how this helps. And this is, by the way, this is something that I teach a lot of my clients who work with me one-on-one. And if they're like getting stuck or they're regressing, then we go back to one of these foundational processes to help them get aware so that way they can move forward faster. Cool? All right, so hopefully this helps. Hopefully you use it and just make a commitment. Choose to do it. It takes time. It's going to take effort. It's going to be hard. But which one's harder? Spending a couple minutes a day tracking something to change it for the rest of your life, or being stuck for 30, 40 years going in circles? That's harder. So it's going to be hard no matter what. Just pick which hard you want. Do you want hard to change you or hard to stay stuck? Yeah? Cool. All right. We'll see you later. And thanks so much for joining me. And we'll see you in the next video.